Guys, welcome back to the shop. We've got a great video today, something I've been looking forward to, and you guys have responded wonderfully by sending in a lot of pictures of the tool caddies that you have been building. I did a video on this little tool caddy right here, and we sent out a challenge, and you guys met the challenge. And so it seems like it was just yesterday that I was talking about this, and now the month is over and you guys have come through. So let's go check it out and see what you guys sent in. All right, let's jump right in and see what we have as far as entries. Those who have sent me different pictures of their tool caddies. I think these things have turned out great. This first one here is Mario, and you can see he's got his Dremel set all set up. He's got room there to put more bits, and so he can grab that and has all four of his Dremels set up with different bits. That is very well organized. Instead of having them scattered all over the bench, he can have those set right there in place. Now, David sent me some things. He told me in his email, he says, now these aren't something that I just made for this ToolScouter challenge, but it's the way he's organized himself, and I appreciate him sending it in. You can see just how well everything is lined up and grab what it is he needs, all of his nut drivers there. And then check this out. He used 22 caliber ammo holders to be able to put all of his little bits in. That's pretty ingenious. I have also used the larger calibers for batteries, and I found ammo boxes that will hold the double A's and even triple A's. So this is a great way to organize yourself and put all that stuff in one spot, close the lid, and it won't fall out all over. And then he's got this stair-stepped caddy for all of his screwdrivers. Probably some bits, some nut drivers. There's some drill bits up there at the top and some oil on there on the one side. So he's well organized, able to grab everything he needs, even a flashlight down below there. What looks like a magnetic, probably a magnetic, like a radio, what do you call it, telescopic rods with a magnet on it. So he's good to go. Oh, he's got one hanging up there to the right as well. So he's got everything he needs right there. And excuse me if I mess up your name, Abhijit. Anyways, he's sent in this little organizer. He's got all of his stuff right there, wherever you're working, whatever workbench you're at. Grab that, be able to go there and have all the stuff you need. I really like the look of that handle on the front. I'm just wondering what the thinking is. And if you have the opportunity to put it in the comments, what were you thinking about that? Or can you do several of these and put them on a shelf and that's the handle that you pull it out with? I like the look of it. I'm just curious about why it was put there. Those are usually for much heavier duty use, but it works. It's a great way to do things. So thanks so much for sending this entry in. And then Jim likes to carve fish lures. You can see down there in the bottom left, that's for an awfully big fish. That is a huge lure. And there to the right, you can see all of his tools. He's got his hatchet there for carving. He's got a square, some chisels, files, and you can see a couple of fish there. And the one holder for his files looks like a fish or some kind of a whale, so that's kind of neat. So thanks, Jim, for sending that in. Now, Stefan, take a look at this. It's like he's taken a whole bunch of scrap wrenches, scrap tools that you probably wouldn't use anymore, and he welded it all together, painted it so it looks decent, and then he's got a place to put all of his screwdrivers through those nuts. That one wrench off to the right holds his needle nose pliers and a lineman's pliers, side cuts. He's got his tape there. He's got a ratchet there. So all of his tools fit on that little apparatus that he's done. So that looks just great. I like it. Thanks, Stefan, for sending that in. Pennsylvania Mike, he was telling me in his emails he's got his measuring tools all over the shop, and so he was taking the opportunity on this challenge to get himself organized, and look what he did. Made this nice little caddy. He's got punches there to the right, a nice, looks like at least a 12-inch, probably maybe even bigger than that, square there, plus his smaller squares. Some marking tools there in the back, a pencil and a marking knife and a Sharpie. He's got his tape measure down there, and thanks, Mike, for sending a pic of you holding your caddy for us. That is great. Yeah, that square's got to be longer than a foot, I'm pretty sure. But thanks, Mike, for sending that to us. I really appreciate it. Now, David sent this in, and David, you can see all the different bits, all the bit holders. He's got some reamers there. It's the chuck, a key for a drill chuck, and his drill bits there. Putting that little round caddy into another caddy, I think that is great. And grab that. You can take it to whatever workbench. Grab your drill or take it to the drill press and you'll have whatever everything you need. I really like those adapters on the front where you can put them into your drill and then put a socket, the 1/2 inch, the 3/8, and the 1/4 inch drives. Those things work great and will turn your drill into a driver. So thanks, Dave, for sending that. Now, this is X True Guy. I presume that's how that's spelled. And he said that he didn't only build the caddy, but he also restored those Forstner bits. So he put all of his bits, organized them, and got them put together there so he can take that whole box right there, the whole caddy, to the drill press, or if he's going to use a hand drill, he's got all of his stuff right there and is able to get to work, not going to be held back because he's running around the shop looking for his Forstner bit. He's got them all right there. Then Michael, look at this here. This is kind of neat. I noticed when I first got it, I was like, okay, it's a two-step deal. And then when I started looking a little closer, it's a dog bone. And I think that's neat. Dog bone, he's got his ratchet down there. It's a little different kind of ratchet. It's very specific for those sockets on top. It's not a 3/8 drive or anything like that. I'm not sure the official name of that kind of ratchet, but they sure are strong and durable. So thanks, Michael, for sending that in. He gave us another shot here, a little different perspective, and you can see what he's got there. Now here's Jeff, and Jeff sent this caddy in, and immediately it caught my attention. What is that apparatus there in front? I zoomed in. It says plunger can, but I don't see anything else there that it tells me exactly what it's for. So I started looking, and it looks like a lot of, he's got a bowl up top there. There's some brushes and different things, but he's also got a micrometer and a straight edge, some markers. So I don't know if that is for cleaning. It says plunger can, so I'm not really sure exactly what that's for, but he's got his Sharpies there. He can do his marking, his cleaning, and he's good to go. So he can grab his caddy, go to the bench he's working on, and once again, he's able to get something done and not be chasing around his tools. Now, Chris sent this in, and I really like this idea. He's got his taps there on the front, but then behind those are the drills that you need. So you're able to grab your drill, you're able to drill your hole, and then be able to tap it with the threads that you need. So I think that is great. Now, I'm not really sure if he made two of these or if this one was sanded down and it was wood underneath. I'm not really sure. I have a feeling he made two of them. So one of them's white and the other one is made out of wood, but he's got all of his measurements right there, so he knows exactly what he needs. Go to tap a hole, you can drill it, tap it, and you've got everything that you need there. So I think that's great. Thanks, Chris. Now Merlin here, he's telling me in his email, he had a mess. Everything was in their boxes and he had all this stuff stuffed into a drawer or another box. And so he took the opportunity to take this challenge and start to organize himself. Made a little um, piece down there on the front that he can stick all of his router bits in. He's got a case of router bits there in the back. He's got all of his plates there on the right hand side, his router there in the back, and he can close that lid, keep everything nice and neat, and then take that whole box and just put it on a shelf or up in a drawer, or, on a drawer or up in a shelf wherever he wants to. He's got his router right there. So Merlin, I think that's great. Thanks so much for sharing that with us. 357 Magdad made a video on his, and he claims it's not really a caddy, but I think it is. And I think it's ingenious. He was talking about how down in the basement it's a little cool where he works. And sometimes he needs his glue to be a little warmed up, so he'll take his stuff upstairs where it can get to room temperature, and that makes perfect sense. I know sometimes in the shop it's too cold to paint or to glue things up. And this is a great idea. You take that tape and you tape the top of your board there. You mix the glue, you leave your stick in the glue, and it helps indicate when your stick and the glue on top of your tape is nice and set up. You can pretty much be assured that the project you're working on is set up as well and it's ready to go. So you can just peel that tape off the top, throw the whole thing away, no mess. That is ingenious. I usually use the tops and lids of soup cans, which works as well, but then you still don't have this here. I like because he's got his glue, whichever kind of glue, his stick and his tape all in one spot. And that way you pick up one thing and you've got everything that you need. And so you're not scrambling around trying to accumulate everything. I usually am throwing stuff in a can and taking it into the house. So this is great. Thanks for this idea. Now, CC Scraps also made a video on his, you can see it there on the background, the caddy he made. And he works with a lot of paint and metal, I think. And he took and made this little caddy for paint cans. And he's got some pencils there in the front. You can see some brushes. Over there on the left, he took an old rod and put it there on the top for the handle. He can grab that whole thing and he's good to go. He even decorated a little bit with a license plate on the one side. So look him up on YouTube and check out his video as well. And Magdad did a video on his too. Dale's workshop. Look at what Dale did. He kept it simple. He just took two 2x4s and screwed them together. I don't know if he glued them or not, but screwed them together, and he's got his pencils there to the right. He's got a file and some cleaning brushes, his chisels. He's got a mirror there and some screwdrivers, and it looks like there might even be, I don't know, a knife or a scribe there in the back. And way to go. I love it. The ToolScouter sticker there on the front. Thanks so much, Dale, for sending that to us. And then Scout Crafter, he also did a video. You can check out his video. And man, he did a bang up job, put all of that together, and is now nice and organized. He can take that, whether it's to the bench or the drill press, and get everything done that he needs to get done. So thank you so much for participating and sending me these pics. Now, Bill, he put together it's got a lot of different things in it. The pliers and screwdrivers in there, but they're on the front, everything for his Dremel, and he's got his Dremel there in the back. So it looks like primarily for a Dremel and for cleaning up small stuff, but he's got his tools all there in one spot. Take that whole thing to wherever it is he's working, and he can get the job done. Now, I distinguish between Bill W because we also had a Bill M. And Bill M said that he didn't build these for the challenge, but they were some ideas he went ahead and sent me, and I think there's some good ones. These are classroom organizers, and whether you're a homeschooler or whether you like to do artsy stuff or you have kids that enjoy doing a lot of paints and crayons and stuff, I think those are PVC pipes that are fastened to wood boards. And you can see the different ways that they've used them. And this was for a classroom that they had prepared things for. And so just turned out really great. And you can see how they put all the stuff together. And you can keep your craft room organized by putting that together. Now they're in the front. Now these look like toilet paper rolls and cardboard rolls that were possibly glued. So I'm not sure if that's what these others were as well. Looks like those may have been. These though look like they're PVC. I don't see the little curl on them, and they look a lot thicker. So anyways, I think that's great. Thanks, Bill, for sending that in. My friend Raw Bacon, he also put together a caddy here, which I think is great. Looks like just a bunch of scrap wood because there's some plywood in there possibly. Maybe that's all. But he just took and glued it all together, some strips, glued them all together, make it good and strong. Stained it, drilled his holes in nice straight lines, and put all of his stuff in there. You can get a little closer look. You take that to whether it's a hand drill or your drill press, and you have pretty much everything you're going to need. So thanks so much, Raw Bacon, for sending that in. I appreciate it. Now Joe here looks like he, again, kept it simple, but it looks like it'd be very, very useful what he's got here. And you can see here exactly what he did with it. You can see his spade bits there in the back, some drill bits, his tape, his measuring sticks. What else does he have there? He's got a chuck, a key for a drill chuck. Looks like he's got a center punch and just a variety of hole punch, a little four in hand, scissors. Yeah, he's ready to go. He can take that to wherever he's working and get busy with it. And then here's what I put together. I had these gimlets. They are a threaded drill bit. What they are, there's threads on the ends with the drill bit that you can pre-drill holes. I'd had them sitting around the shop for the longest time, and these Allen wrenches were in my dad's toolbox. The toolbox that it was in was what he used, but I had most of everything except I didn't have these nice long Allen wrenches. So they'd just been sitting around the shop, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to put this together. And so I've got them all here in this caddy. The screwdrivers, the one there on the right is a Bridgeport, and the one on the left is a Stanley. I painted that Stanley black, and I was going to paint the Bridgeport black as well, but I kind of liked the color that it was, and so I used some stain. It was the same stain that I used on the caddy itself, and the screwdriver came out a little bit darker because it already had a finish on it. But I think this turned out great. I've got room there to add stuff to it if I want to. So there we go for the ToolScouter Caddy Challenge. Thank you guys so much for sending all this stuff in. It was great. Love seeing it. Well, that was a lot of fun. I think this is a great way to share ideas. I got a few ideas from watching seeing some of the pictures that you had sent me. And so I may be able to implement some of those things in the future. I'm sure others of you have seen ways that you could do things in a new and different manner in your shop. So hopefully this has been not only fun, but useful. And I appreciate you coming by the shop. If you enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up. If you know somebody else that might enjoy this content, please share this link with them. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. I always enjoy you coming visiting me here in the shop, and I look forward to it. As always, guys, here's to you. Have a great day. God bless.